No, it's still not available. Okay, later on it will be available. No worries. Normally it takes some time. So I'm going to Eclipse part, starting with the basic Java setup and programming things. You see here, I have created one project and it's a basically Java project. I have already introduced that what are the components. So this is SRC. SRC means source code, basically we call it. So that's why the folder structure, when you will create a Java project, this folder will be automatically there, SRC. And if you want to explore more on this project, so just right click over there and go in show in, and then you can go in System Explorer. So you will understand it in much a better way, that where the project basically is stored. You can see here it is stored in the D drive, and if you open this folder structure, so basically this structure is there, but in Eclipse you will only see this thing. So this is coming from like your system, so it should be okay, but you check here what is the folder structure you are getting exactly. So SRC is there, and as of now it is blank. Okay, you come back, there is a bin folder. So bin folder is something like binary files it will contain. Whatever the source code you will create, the compiler will compile and create the binary files for that. And this is like class path. This is the project information. So those are additional things. And what are the settings for the project? So those things will be stored over here. So this is some basic information for you. And you go there in the SRC. The first thing you have to do, because I'm just going for the Java things, so I will take the Java things as of now. So just right click here, SRC part, and you don't want to right click, so you will see couple of options here there. So inside the SRC you have to create the package first. So this is the way of creating package here. You can just right click over here and go to the new, and the first thing you have to create the package. So package name, normally we follow the pattern a small case, and you can segregate the package by dot operator. Yes. Com dot, java dot lang, you have seen those kind of things, right? So I'm going to give like in the small case com dot day1, like this kind of package I have created, and where it is going to create, you can see here SRC folder. I click on finish. So this is the empty package, but basically if you go there in the folder structure, in the folder structure you go there in the SRC, you see here com is there, and under com we have day1, and day1 is blank. So this is the basically folder structure. So I have given com dot day1, but actually it will be created like this, SRC com day1, like this. So this is for your information. So if you are giving the name like that, so internally it will create it like that. Once the package is created, so inside a project you can have multiple package, and under one package you can have multiple classes. So as of now I'm just going for basic Java programs. So just I'm going to create a new class, right? Just right click over here, or you can click on, first click here, then click on this here, new class. So that is also okay. Just I'm going right click here, I'm going on new, and then class. So normally class name, we follow the pattern, start with capital, and if you have like 2 or 3 words, so you can use camel casing. Camel casing is means like first letter of each word should be kept as a capital. Like see here I have given evening badge. So this is basically called in Java camel casing. Hello world. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to give the name of the class, first letter normally, not mandatory, but yeah, we used to follow the pattern like capital, and keep it modifiers As of now, you are not familiar with modifiers, so don't need to touch anything. Just leave it like that. This information is important for you because superclass means parent. Means who will be the parent of this class? So if you don't provide any parent and child relationship, so by default, compiler will assume that this object class is the parent of this class. And you can, since it is a Java program, you can check this option. This is called PSVM, the public static void main, and inside this bracket string args. So basically this is the way of writing. You click on finish. Now come here. This is called comment. By default the comment is there to do. It means you have to do something here. Comment things you can remove, no problem. The class name is there. The keyword is, this is called reserved keywords, okay, in Java. If you come here, this content you go through further and you see here the reserved keywords. So these are the reserved keywords in Java. It's abstract, assert, boolean, break. So we see here class is a keyword here. Somewhere it should be there. Okay. So those are like reserved keywords, and you can use that. So public, static. So color changing you can see here. These are like, you can easily find that which are the reserved keywords. So based on that, and this is the user defined word, so it should be okay. Main is the main method in Java, and string, this is called array symbol, args. So basically this is designed if you are executing it from command line, but since you are executing from like Windows environment, or you can say Eclipse environment, so you can pass the command line parameter from a different way. But as of now, there is no use of this. Just assume that this is a dummy thing for you. This main is important. This is the main method. It is a case sensitive. Java is highly case sensitive language. So just make sure whatever the reserved keywords you are using, that should be in a proper case. So public, P should be small, like everything should be in a small case. Class, everything should be a small case. Package, everything should be a small case. And this is called block. This is called one block in Java. This is the opening of class. This is the closing of class. If anything you have opened, you have to close. Okay. So this is the main method. Basically, it is called a Java program. So once you have inserted the main method, you just save it, this, and just right click here and run as. You see here, it will show you this option called Java application. But if you comment it out, like I am commenting it, so control and forward slash is the way of commenting. Select and comment, and just right click here, run as. So it will be no more Java program. It's a Java class, but not a Java program. To make it as a Java program, you have to add this method. So this is mandatory. Here you can do one thing, like you can use a static public as well, that is allowed. So basically public static void main we used to write, but this is also okay. You can write like that. So just right click and check whether it is an impact or not. No impact. So it's a okay. This is, and this is fixed, means you cannot change anything like that. Just you can write a static public and public static should be okay. These things, this name you can change, like you can put ABC. Anything is there, there is no impact. Just right click, Java application, so should be okay. Next, there is no impact. But I'm just keeping it there by default thing, should be okay. Here you can change one thing. You can put 3 dots. So this is called ellipse, and this is called like arcs type in Java. So even you put like that, there will be no impact. Java application should be okay. So it's basically way of writing. You can write like this. This also you can write like this. Somewhere I have seen. So it's a no impact, right? So this is just a way of writing. The possible combinations I have already shown you, right? Now I'm going for a basic hello world, means I'm just testing whether it is working fine right now. So in Eclipse, like we have some kind of auto suggestions kind of thing. So you just put S out and control space. It will automatically insert system.out.println. So basically system is a class in Java and it is present in the java.lang package. How I came to know? Because any class you will write now, the compiler will first check whether it is coming from where. So just mouse over, you will see here java.lang. It is present under java.lang package. And if anything is present under java.lang package, so you don't need to import here. Otherwise, you need to import here. This is the section of import. Okay. So it is since coming from java.lang package, so I don't need to import anything. And basically, if you go to the println method, where it is under a separate class. I'll show you. It's coming from print stream class. Okay. And let me show you here. Show you outline. So you will find that print stream, so many methods are there. Sorry, println. Println, so many methods are. One is blank. One is boolean value you can pass. Means you have to know what value you can pass here. Boolean, character array, double type, float type, int type, object type, string type, long type. Means these kind of values you can pass. You cannot pass null value. Null is something in Java you will come to know later, as you cannot pass. So those things are allowed, so you can use these things. Okay, just for your information, I have introduced this method, so that's why I am giving the introduction of this. So basically system.out.println. So out is one object in system class. What is out? You go there, you check here, you see here, this is the system class in Java. And what are the part of system class? Very interesting thing you should know. Let me go to the outline. You see here, this is a system class. Actually, it is a final class. Lot of things you will be using in the future for system class. So you should know what is system class. And out is basically one object of the print stream here. That part you will come to know later, that how we can do that. But just imagine that out is one object from print stream in the system, and other methods are supported from the print stream class. Basically, println is not the part of system class. It is also part of print stream class. So this is for your information. Now, see, if you keep it blank and just run it, that is also allowed. Java application. Nothing will happen, no output. This is console. Console is means output things, and it is saying terminated nothing. You print something. The double quotes. Basically, in the double quotes, we call it a string, right? If I'm running it is showing here. You can see. If I'm going and printing the date time, so in string concatenation, there is a rule. You can use that. Just writing to print the date. You see here the compilation error I'm getting. So it's a compile time check. What I have to do, I have to just mouse over, and you can use the import statement. So which one to import? Then go to the util that I told you from where it is coming. But if you see something like that, then you have to be smart from where you have to import. So util is the package which you will be using frequently. I told you. I'm clicking here. So you can see here it is showing that Java import java.util.date. So it means this is the name of the package. This is the name of the class. So what will happen once you introduce this? Means this is known to the compiler that this SDET package is present here, and you have to communicate with this class for anything, right? So I'm just intimating the compiler things, right? So this is just a way of writing. I'm getting a compilation error, but just I save, it's gone. You see here, no compilation error is there. And once I want to run this program, so first time you have to right click and run as Java application. So you see here, this message is coming as a text, and due to this message is also coming. Sunday, July 31st. So it's a Singapore time zone, you can see here. And what is the time here? Basically date and time it will print here. So it is printing like that. So my setup is already completed. I have just shown you that how to write one class, and what is the difference between Java class and a Java program. So don't confuse with that sometimes you will see that it is not recognizing. So you will understand, oh, it's a Java class. Sometimes it is a Java program. But there is a way of writing that Java class and Java program you can write in a same thing. So that's why it is supported. You see here. So this is basically one file, hello world.java, and inside that I have created one class, the same name, the class name and file name should be same. Why? Because this is a public class. So when you put a keyword public, the class name, the file name should be same. Okay. This is the rule. Okay. Otherwise you will get some compilation error. Then this is the program, Java program. Whatever you have written inside this, that is only going to execute. If you put it blank, it will just a blank program. Now I'm saving it. You need to understand, because I have done the compilation, the execution, then what exactly happened behind the scene, that you have to understand. Now go there. This is the src folder. Come here. And this is the bin folder. So bin folder is normally not visible here, but you go inside that com day1, there will be a dot class file. So this is the dot java file, hello world.java, but this is the same name dot class file, and this is called the bytecode. If you right click, you should be knowing this, okay? Because this is very important. That's why Java is called platform independent. This is the main reason. So you have to tell the interview that there is a bin folder created, and inside that same folder the structure will be there, and there will be a dot class file. And once you go and check, it's something like written in the machine language. It will be understand by the compiler, interpreter, and like while execution. The JVM reads this file and interact with the system and perform the execution. Understand? For your information, and this is very important information, that what is the use of dot class file. So basically it's a byte code in Java. Byte code means byte, okay? Byte code, and which is present under dot class file, and this file is taken care by JVM. JVM reads this file, okay, and then it executes line by line and perform the execution. And then role of GRE comes, whatever needed for JVM. GRE provides everything, the environment, everything, execution, whatever things it is needed. JVM needed, then GRE supporting JVM for execution. And JDK is something like entire development kit. It's a super thing for you. So this was for your information. This is done. Let me close other tabs. So once you are using Eclipse, you can check this on link with editor. So what will happen if you open any class, it will point out, okay, where it is there. So it will be really helpful for you. Now I'm going for the basic things like how to create some variables in Java. And I will introduce couple of sites as well. If you are interested in learning, self-learning, so you can go and check those sites in future. Couple of sites. One is tutorial point and one is very important is Java T point. Basic information you will get. It's good for like self-learning people. If you are okay with self-learning, so you can go there. So you will get some informations over here. One is like features of Java. Basically, these are not asked. History of Java. You can go and check how to set up path. This is important interview question. So you have to know this. If you are familiar with self-learning, you should be knowing this. JVM, Java Virtual Machine, is an abstract machine. It's called JVM because it doesn't physically exist. It is an specification that provides runtime environment in which Java bytecode can be executed. Okay, so JVM role is to interact with the .class file, and what it does, it loads code, verifies code, executes code, and provides runtime environment. JRE is acronym. It's a Java runtime environment. Basically, its role is to support everything. It's what are the jar files, everything is needed. So just for your information, it is interacting with these things. JRE interacting with JVM, libraries and other files, whatever it is needed for execution. And ZDK is Java Development Kit, is the main super boss you can see. So you can see here this picture. ZDK is the GRE and GRE is like having these things. Just for your information, yeah, that's good. This site you can go and check. It's really good. Sometimes you will find some topic which you will quite interested. You can go and check over that. So now I'm coming back to my course contents. These are the basic things you should be knowing, that what is Java, what is OOPS concepts. So in every interview they will be asking what are the OOPS concepts you know. So you can tell that encapsulation, inheritance, abstraction and polymorphism. So abstraction is abstract class and interface. Two things are covered under abstraction. Building blocks, how to create the class, objects and all such things, which I will be taking care in the other sessions. Installation already done. IDE means either IntelliJ or Eclipse. Normally two IDEs are most popular nowadays. Language basics means variables, data type, keywords, operators and environment things, which already like known. So let's proceed further. So those things also will be covered. What is Java? Already we saw that. Java is object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming means everything will be formed in the object. Okay. So what is the object? Basically, it's taken the real world example. Everything will be considered at one object. The class instance will be created one object, and whatever the things are Java, that will be considered some object. You can divide or segregate your programming like that. Why Java is platform independent? That I already told you so many times, right? And this name you should remember because like it's James Gosling. Basically, Java was initially developed by Sun Microsystems in 1995 by James Gosling. So if you talk about Java, you should know about this person, who is the main like person behind the Java development. So James Gosling. These things you already know. Installation already saw. Setup path and everything we already saw. This is the class path. Okay, so class path, if you want to set up, how to set up the class path, that also I will show you. Go to the environment. Basically, class path is needed if you are executing the program from the command line interface. Normally, what I have seen. Go to the environment variables and you check for the class path, if it is there or not. If it is not there, then you can create a variable called class path. And the variable value. So variable value, what it is saying here, this the bin one. Okay, whatever the versions are there, you up to bin, and this is the lib. So all the JDK things. So bin and lib both you have to add here. So let me go there, browse directory, Java bin. Okay, and let's click here. So bin you have already done, but if you want to add a lib, then you don't need to go with the new things. Is first you have to set up the bin path, and then you go to the class path, then click on edit, and then just put this semicolon and just copy this, put again, and just put the lib, because both are at the same location, bin and lib. Okay, so now your class path is set up. You see here, one is bin and one is lib. So by a semicolon you can do the setup. And there is one more location you, if you want, you can add. The one was GRE things. You go there, program files, Java, GRE, bin and lib is also there. So you, if you want, you can set up this as well. Just copy this, go there in environment variables, class path edit, new, edit, and lib as well. Basically, these things are needed for command line interaction. So you see your JDK, GRE, both lib and bin, I have already done the setup. So this is already done class path. It's simple, it's not so complex. If you find it, you can use it. Eclipse setup, it is asking how to do that, you have already seen. I would suggest go with the zip file, better I have found as per my experience. And this is something like basic introduction. So this is called the package, not this one. This is the name of package here. This is the import statement. After package import statement, then the class section will be there. You see here the class, how I have created the class, and then this is the main method, and it is trying to use the concept of OOPS, some object oriented programming. So how to use that, I'll show you that part. So this is something Java program, but they are trying to use this. If you want to use this structure, so there is comes under like Java object oriented programming. So let me show you that part as well, but let me see if anything I have missed or not. So this part I have already shown you, that it's a basic Java program, and how to run, it's already shown you. So main method, public, static, void, main, 4 things. Public means it can be accessed throughout the project anywhere, it's available. Static means you don't need to create the object. Void means this is the method return type. Void means it's nothing, it is not going to return anything. And main is the name of method. So it is talking about these things, because in interview they will ask you, what do you understand by public static void main? So you have to define these things. The public is this method can be called in the entire project. Means project you talk about this anywhere. The static means you don't need to create the object of this class. Okay. Object is always created of class, so you don't need to create the object of this class to access this method. Void means it is related to this one. It is a method in Java, so it is having no return type. And this is called arguments. Okay, means you are passing some arguments, so that is called in the parenthesis. So parenthesis, you are passing the arguments, so it is coming like that. And this is the statements, and this is called block. Curly bracket open, curly bracket close. So there was one example you see here. If you want to use this kind of programming, how to use that? I'm coming there. Consider that this was the basic example. Let me go to next level. Copy, paste. Okay. So this is the new file I have created. I am going to modify this file. Same like this. This is creating variable. So what is the int here? This is the data type. Let me introduce the data type first. Then you will understand what is int. See, byte, the range of data is minus 128 to plus 127. This much value, if you want to interact, you can use byte type data. Short type, this is the range minus 32,768 to 32,768. Integer type, int is a data type, range is greater than, and there is a table I will show you, then you will understand. Long is, range is more. It's a 64 bits, it's a 32 bit. Float, 32 bit, IEEE 754 floating point. Okay, so this is the format of that. Double is also like this, with some decimal place it is allowing you. Boolean only true and false. Char only single character. And there should be one table that you should know. I cannot see this table over here, but there should be some table regarding that only. You can see here, right? We call it primitive data type and non-primitive data type in Java. Primitive data type means those data type are predefined data type in Java. You can use this. And object-oriented data type is called non-primitive data type. So there are 8 kind of primitive data type in Java. Okay. You introduce this Boolean, byte, char, short, int, long, float, double. So basically need basis you can go and explore. And there is a size that I was talking about. This is something interview question, as you should be knowing. And this is something by default value. As if you don't provide any value, so compiler will automatically initialize that variable with this value. Boolean is false, character is this much, 2 byte, it is 1 bit only, and byte is 1 byte, by default value is 0, short is this much. So you can like put 2 to the power 8, then you whatever the number will come, you can assume this is the float is 4 byte, double is 8 byte. So need basis you can check, and some examples they have given, and these are like wrapper classes. Wrapper classes like later section I will introduce what are the wrapper classes. So whatever in the small case, for same like they have created something capital name. So this is not the primitive data type. Basically, it's object oriented data type. You see here boolean b, like this way they are writing it. This is byte. This is primitive data type. Some examples they have given, so you can go through the examples as well. That should be okay. What I'm going to do here, int x equal to 20. This is the way of writing here in Java. I have created a variable and I have initialized it. The variable name is x, data type is int, and the value I have initialized as 20, and this is the statement closing. If you are writing some statement, you see here, the statements will be closed by a semicolon. So this is the standard practice in Java which you have to follow. And suppose that I want to create one method here. It's in this class. This is the class, right? I want to create one method. So how to create one method? First write the method name. Like I'm just typing display. Okay, then small bracket open and close you have to put, and the method body. So curly bracket open and close. So basically this is the format. Okay, but other things also you have to put. You just mouse over, you will get some kind of guidance. So it is asking that you have not given anything, type should be void. So now I am having the type. This is called the method type. It means this method will not return anything. So now inside the method, I want to print the value of this variable. So how to do that? S out. And I want to print the value of x. So just message I will give. This is a message only, okay? That's any dummy message you can put up to your choice. And this is called concatenation, plus symbol. And you want to print this value. You can see the color difference, then you will come to know this is just a string, any message. And this is actually a variable, it is calling from here. Okay. Now let me save it. And I told you whatever you will write inside that only going to execute. So let me show you first as of now what is the output and how I will change it. You see here what it is giving here, output. Hello world testing Sunday, this message is coming and this is the standard what message is giving. So let me comment it out. I don't need this. Now this program is a blank program because inside this nothing is there. You see here, this is the console. It printed nothing. Even there are some things it is not executing. Why? Because it is in the memory but not called for execution. So if you want to call these things in the execution, so there is a way in Java which you have to know that what you have to use here. You see here the class name. Just copy this class name. Whatever you A, B, C, anything you have written, just copy this. Just paste it. Okay. And then a variable name means say that you were writing intx. So same thing. The data type now become as a hello world 2. And then I am obj, something I am giving here. They're equal to, you see here, right side you have written some value. So same time for object, there is a way, this is object oriented programming. So there is a way you have to use new operator. Then the same class name, parenthesis open and close. So basically this is a way of creating the object. Once the object is created, then you have to use this as a reference variable. Now copy it. Just a second, I'm coming. Sorry, I'm back. So I was talking about how to use these methods, because these are the class methods, okay, not the inside the program. And basically whatever you are writing outside of the main method inside the class, that is considered as the class members, okay. And this whatever you written inside that, this is just for execution things. So what you have to do, you just type it here, or you can copy paste and just put a dot. Once you put a dot, then watch it closely, that what are the things you are getting here. You see you're getting x, you are getting clone, display equals, finalize. So from where it is coming? So some things are coming from the object class, because I told you that any class in Java you create that is having the immediate parent as object. So object class things also available and current class things also available. So my focus is that display method. Can you see that anywhere it is saying display method? And from where it is coming, it see that it is coming from the hello world, and that is my focus, right? I'm going there, I'm calling this. So this is the way of calling the methods of the class. First you have to create the object, and then you have to call the method. And why it is like that? Because these are called non-static members, and main method is called a static method. So they have designed a rule that non-static members can be accessed within the static methods, means main methods, by creating the object only, otherwise not allowed. Means you cannot directly call display method. So that is the rule. That's why you have to create the object, then you have to via object dot, you have to call this. Now you see here, whatever the message I have written, I'm going to call this in the main method, and then when I execute, I will get some output. Can you see this from where it is coming? So this is something basic things. That's high level things we will see in the next classes, but just basic introduction things I'm giving. So there are some rules for variable creation. You can check here. Are case sensitive. You can put underscore dollar symbol in the variable's name, but you cannot use like that. This is invalid. Means you cannot use variable name like this. You're starting with number. Alphanumeric is allowed, but starting from number is not allowed. These are allowed. It's okay. You can use that. So naming conventions of the variable, just like that. So variables are of three kind: local, static, and instance. So this is a big topic. So I would like to begin with the same things in the tomorrow's classes, because it's a big topic, and the variable things, that what is the local variable, what is static. So local variable is very easy to understand. I'll show you that part now. But other things are like big topic. So I will be taking those things in the next classes. So local variable is something like inside the main method. This is like class variables. It's called instance variable, because it can be only accessed via instance. So this process is called instantiation, or object creation you call it. Instantiation also you call. So via instance or object you can access these things. This is something local variable. Say that int xyz equal to 200 or 2000 I give, and I saved it. And now I want to have one more value, int pqr equal to 5000. And what I want to do, I want to print the sum, multiply, subtraction and division. So how to do that? So basically these are local variables. First I will print the value of this, then I will print the operators like multiplication, addition, division. So just put h out, and the message part you put here, value of xyz plus xyz, and second part is just copy and paste. 5 6, yeah. So this is PQR. This is sum I am going to print. This is difference. This is product. And this is division. So sum, you see here in the bracket I am putting. So BODMAS rule also applies there. That's why I'm giving, because the message is also there. If you not put in the bracket, it will not do the sum, because it will concatenate instead of adding. Minus Q1. This is multiply. And this is division. And one is modulus division. Modulus division means where remainder is there. So you can use percentage symbol for that. Let me put the bigger number here. XYZ here. I'm just showing you basic programming, that if you want to print something like that, so you can use system.out.println. So two ways are there. Means first you calculate, then print, or in the system.out.println also you can pass the things, and then compiler will do the rest of the things. It will calculate and it will directly print the value runtime. So just writing it and right click and execute it. You can check here. This is called local variables. So since the topic was what is local variable, so this is called local variables. And what is instance variable? So this is called instance variable, because it is outside of the main method, inside of the class. Instance variable that are declared inside a class but outside of any method. Okay, they are called, they are not static. It should not be the static. Okay, and third thing is the static variables. Let me close this topic as well. Difference is there. You put here static, just keyword static, int a equal to 100. Show you some interesting thing here. Come here. If I want to print the value of x, which is defined on the top, just I'm trying whether it is allowed or not. Getting a compilation error. It is showing the change x to static. It's not allowed actually. Okay. But if I am trying to print the value of a, not getting any compilation error. So reason behind this, if you have the main method, and main method is the static method, so static method can access the static variable without any restriction. It's allowed, and you should know the rule. But this is not having a static keyword. So non-static things, if you want to use inside the any static method, whether it is main or not main, then you have to create the object of this class, and then you can call this method. You can see here how I have created object of this class, then I call the display method. But if I want, I can call this variable as well. How? It's very simple. This out. This is the object name. You can check here. If you put here and then put a dot, you will see X is accessible without any problem. So since it is a instance member it means the member of class, you can create the object, and then while creating the object with the object reference you can use it. So there are rules which you have to know. If it is a local variable, I don't need to create object, I can access. If it is a static variable, then I don't need to create, I can access. But if it is an instance variable, so for instance thing means class members, non-static things, what we have to do, this rule you have to follow. So now we will understand when you have to create the object, when you don't need to create the object, because in the very beginning it's very confusing. Then why some things are needed object creation, why some things we cannot, like without object creation we can access, and sometimes like we need to create object. So basically this is the difference. I hope you understand that why it is needed. So this is the topic, like local variables, static variables, instance variables. And one more thing about a static variables, consider that you have a class and you have created one static variables. If you have created 10 copies of 10 instances of class, so this will be common among all, means it's, since it is not related to any instance, so whatever the latest value will be there, that will be accessed by all the instances. That thing I can explain in the later sessions, should be okay. So far till today, I want to stop this here only, and if you have any doubt you can ask. This question answer sessions can start. Any questions?
Rajiv, can you explain the memory allocation of static variables as compared to dynamic variables?
That I will explain tomorrow, should be okay, means like in a, I have noted it down. Basically I have a photo of that. I already explained that thing in the past. Means let me show you if you have asked.
Right, right. Because static variables, there are a lot of applications to static variables, right? So
Yeah,
it
I
would be
have
good if
shown.
we can know the memory allocation
I
and
have
how we
shown.
can use them
Can you
throughout
see
the
this?
class.
So this is a class and this is something a static
I
variable. So all the
I
objects
cannot
of
see.
that.
One second. I cannot see your screen actually. I don't know whether others are able to see. Yeah, I can see it now. Yeah.
So this screen you can see, right? So basically this is a
Yes, yes, I
class,
can see it.
you can see, and when class is loaded into the memory and you have creating the object. So static members, whatever the static members you have designed. So basically it is not the part of object. Okay. It is not the part of object. It means it is the part of class. It is sites in the heap memory area, and there only it will be shared among all the things. And since it's a primitive data type, so basically it is created in the stack memory area. The class objects are created on the heap memory area, but the variables are stored in the stack memory area. So memories area I will introduce, then you will understand this things. Means like it's a long topic, so I will take it tomorrow, no problem, in the detail. But it was something like basic demo. I wanted to show you how to create the class, get familiar with like basic programming, Java, setup is working, everything is okay.
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 So you're going to go deeper into this topic in the future, right?
Yeah. I used that time only I was telling that it's a long topic. I want to take it in the
Okay.
further class. So static variables is something very quite interesting, and how it is related with instance and static things. So I have practical examples for that. Local things very easy, means it's no worries, means very easy to understand. But difference between a
Right, right.
static and an instance now, it is bit complex.
You mentioned we can use salt instead
Yeah,
of rice.
especially specifically application of static variables because there's a lot of difference, right? I mean, you can do so many things with them. So it's better if we can go a bit deeper into it in the future, maybe.
Yeah. Tomorrow only, not so long. You just wait for tomorrow. Yes, I want to take it a fresh kind of thing. Yeah, someone was asking some questions, right?
Okay, Raji, thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I have a question. You mentioned that we can use salt instead of system.println, and how to actually do that? Salt, and then what I need to use?
Basically, what you have to do, you have to write SOUT. Okay.
SOUT, and then
Control space.
control and what?
Space bar.
Space bar?
Yeah. Try it.
Control and space bar. And I see like a window, the small window that opening. What I need to
So you select which one you want, like system.out.println and hit enter button. So you are using Mac system, right?
Actually, this is a different window that open, and I don't
I
see.
think it's in Mac. You use right SYSO, not S out.
No,
You
this is not Mac. I use the Windows. I actually use SOUT, then Control, then space, and I have the window, small window. There is no like an option system.
Control space together, I think. Is it?
yeah, it is.
It should be together, not one after the other.
It doesn't matter. I see the same window. Like
You can share screen.
Yeah, can you share your screen? That would be better.
uh, no, I can't because I'm using a different computer for the video and for the training. So. Now, in that window, I see like four options: string, index out of bounds exception, ls output, SQL output, but it's different what you say. Maybe I need to use different
You
input.
tried SYSO, control space, SYSO. Which editor you are using?
I'm using control space, right?
No,
And
no, editor. Which editor? Means IDE. Which one you are using? IntelliJ or Eclipse?
Eclipse.
Okay. Yeah.
For IntelliJ IDEA, I know I use SOUT and tab button is or enter and just clear. But for that, it's different.
Understand. Without seeing how I can get the solution, right? That's the problem. I'm thinking of. Okay. Any next question?
Sir, in IntelliJ, how to start my first program? I mean, I'm new to IntelliJ actually. I've used Eclipse before. As soon as I did the setup and everything, already a main method is loaded. So I just directly start, or how do I add new class?
I'll show
From
you.
where do I do that?
Yeah, I'll show you. Follow. You can see my screen or not? Let me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can, right? Up to here, it's clear, right? In SRC, you go there and just right click. It is still indexing, so it will take some time. It's okay. So just right click on SRC.
Okay, and then make new package.
New, and then package. So this is
Okay,
the first step.
Okay.
And once the package name you have to provide, say that I'm
Then
providing,
it's the same, right?
yeah, com.demo, and then right click new class,
Yes.
Java class.
Okay, sir.
So class you take here, and then class name you provide, like test I'm giving,
Mhm.
then hit enter button.
Okay, sir.
Should create. Oh, it is taking time. Yeah, now it is coming, right? And once you are under test, you start with PSVM. PSVM control space.
What is this? Acha, main method. Oh, it doesn't load automatically. I mean, like in Eclipse, I can check it like
Yeah,
that. No.
yeah. Something different are there, right? So PSVM. Then you can
Yes.
start writing your inside that. Say
Okay,
that.
sir.
Say that HYSO
Yeah.
control space. Now coming out. Out is coming.
Okay.
So I'm typing here testing of demo program.
So this is independent of whether it is Mac or Windows.
Yeah, it is the
Because
independent.
in Eclipse, few things I've seen they're different.
Maybe.
Yeah,
You see here?
I think only one thing. Sorry to interrupt. Only one thing in Mac you have to do command space instead of control space. That's everything.
Yeah, correct. Command is like control in Mac. So right
Now,
click.
I do command and F2. That also gives me a lot of options.
Okay. You see here, run. This option you have to opt, and then it will execute. And then
I'm sorry, sir. Show that again.
also you just it is executing. Actually, it is building here. You see here, it is coming the output, but you go there, right? Just right click, run, test. This option you have to opt, and then it will build it. It will execute it. This output you will get. It is a console window, and then once it is done, you can just stop it.
Okay,
This is
sir.
the only difference. Yeah. Any
Okay,
other
sir.
questions?
Mm, thanks.
Anyone has any question? You try first, do the setup, do some basic things, and if you still have any challenges, you can ask in the next tomorrow's class. That be okay?
Sure, sir. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, most welcome. Okay, thanks all for joining today's session. I hope you enjoyed, and like most welcome tomorrow, same time.
Yes.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Come.
Thank you. Thank